Natalie here with Living Flow Wellness. Today we're going to do a low back, low flow. Great for the morning or the evening, just to kind of wring out the stiffness in our low back and lower body. All you need is your mat and your body. You could also do this practice in bed if you'd like to, but sometimes it's better for our backs if we have a more firm surface to practice on. So depending on if you're in one of those cushiony beds, but take care of yourself. You can do it anywhere. It's yoga. Let's get started. Start by lying on your backs. If you're doing this in bed, you'd already be there. Look at that. You're going to reach your arms overhead, the legs forward. Just a full body stretch. Like a gentle yawn into every joint. Good. Next, exhale. Gently just bring your knees into your chest. You can hold the shins. Sometimes if the low back is tight, giving it a little more space is nice. So I always like, just put my hands behind my knees and then my palms get a nice little massage. Let your shoulders be heavy. Tailbone on the ground. So if the back is tight, you might want to put a pillow underneath your head, especially if it doesn't feel like it can relax on its own. And just a couple breaths here, letting the elbows and the shoulders get heavier to bring the knees closer into the chest. Start to connect to your breath. That's the catalyst for all of the energetic movement in every shape that we take. Good, and then we're gonna shift. So you can keep that right knee in. Once again, you can stay behind the right knee. And just bring that left foot to the floor. Just start here for a moment. See if you can hug that right knee in a little tighter. You'll find that edge and then slowly start to press the left heel out like you're pushing the sole of the foot into an imaginary wall. Here's a nice place to kind of get into the ankle. Kind of forget about those joints that carry us through the day all the time. Good. And nice and slowly, you're going to start to stretch the right leg towards straight. And the key word is towards straight. A lot of times our muscles are tight in the morning. If it doesn't want to go all the way straight, that's fine. You'll notice my hands are interlaced behind my thigh, and that's really where the work is happening. I'm pressing my thigh into the hands, and what that's doing is giving me a little more length through the low back. Send the breath into the areas that need it. That's where the sensation is. Good, nice deep breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee. Now you're gonna take that left hand on top of the right knee. The right hand's gonna go out to the side, and we're just gonna come into a twist. We're gonna keep it soft. You're gonna place the right foot onto the inner left thigh and slowly come into a gentle twist. If your right foot goes to the floor easily, great. We don't want to slam anything down, but we want to feel that that right foot is being supported and your right shoulder is anchoring in somewhere and you're breathing in between the right armpit and the right hip. So we're looking for that space from that diagonal line of energy right there. Full breath in, add the neck, which is always nice in the morning. Get those kinks out, look to the right. Use the exhale to go a little deeper. Good. Inhale, come back up. Right knee will come back into the chest. Left knee will join it. Once again, back where we started, kind of feeling this time the knees kind of going towards the armpits a little bit. So opening up through the sacrum. Chest is open. Lovely. Align the left knee with your left collarbone. You're going to hold the left knee in. Hands will slide behind the left knee. Right foot comes to the floor for the first breath. See if you can squeeze the left thigh towards your left rib cage a little more. And it's really about connecting through the breath in each shape. And then slowly pressing the right foot forward. If that feels like it's pulling too much on your low back, skip it. Just stay with the right knee bent. You breathe. Feeling the right side extend and the left side contract. And then you'll press into the hands. Slowly take the leg up towards the ceiling. We forgot to play with the ankle down below, but you can play with it up here. Get into the ankle joint. Once again, the hands are pressing into the thigh, and the thigh is resisting. So the thigh presses into the hands. The hands are trying to pull towards the chest, and that's where you get the work in the low back. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Good. You're going to bend the knee. We're going to take the twist. So the left foot comes onto the right thigh as you twist towards the right side. And you open up. The gaze could go to the left. Try to keep that left shoulder grounding. So as you can see, my left knee is hovering very much far away from the floor. Right? So the foot resting kind of gives you a little anchor point. Breathe into that diagonal line of energy from the hip to the armpit. Move deeper on the exhale if the space is there. Good. Come back up to center. Once again, kind of bringing the pelvis to neutral. Both knees will hug in. See if you can get a little closer. And then we're going to work on the outer hip. So left foot comes to the ground. Right ankle comes onto the left thigh. Now you have this ankle bone. I'm a big fan of getting the ankle bone to the outside of the thigh so it's not digging into the thigh. My foot is flexed, pulling the big toe back towards the right knee, and that's going to protect the knee joint. You're going to gently press the right foot, the right ankle into the thigh, and you'll feel the hip open. From here, pull the left knee in. The hands will thread behind once again. So right hand comes through the hole, that little triangle hole between the legs. Left hand comes around. And then the trick is to let your head and your shoulders be heavy. Now, if you're tighter in the hips, getting this bind might not be easy. You can do this without the bind. So it's actually more work, much more strengthening for the sit bones because you're pulling or pushing the left knee in and holding yourself in space, which will activate your core muscles. Who doesn't love a little core work in the morning? But sometimes it's nice if you got the reach, go for it. Breathe into the hip. Rock a little bit left to right. And our tendency is we want to go to the right side. That's the path of least resistance. But I'm going to invite you after you rock a little bit now to slowly really ground into that left hip and press the right hip forward. That's your spot. Shoulders relax, face relax. Just breathe. Good. Unwind. Come back to neutral. Feet come onto the ground. Push down just a little bit. Just hover your hips 1 or 2 inches. Release back down. Lengthen through the spine. We'll take that figure 4 on the second side. Left ankle to the outside. Left toes pull back. You're going to pull in. The side might be a lot different than the first side. That's okay. That left hand comes between the legs in that little triangle shape. Right hand comes around. It's okay to lift your head, to come up, but really see if you can ground down. If it doesn't want to go down, then just work it with no hands. Breathe. Once you're in the shape, rock back and forth. Notice it's probably much easier or more enjoyable to rock to the left. Right? But when we get to the right, we start to feel just a little more sensation. As long as it's not sharp, heated, or stabbing, you can kind of go into it, ground through the right hip. See if you can open the left knee a little bit, and then it's really all about the breath. All about the breath. Steady, steady, steady breath. One more full inhale, exhale. Lovely. Unwind. Both feet come down. Heels land underneath the knees. Hands come by the side. Gently push into the feet. This time lifting up a little higher into a bridge pose. All four corners of each foot rooting down, toes relaxed. Low back lengthening for a little bit of strength. We'll breathe for 5. Put a little more weight into the shoulders. 4. Feel like you're squeezing a ball between the thighs. 3. Face is relaxed. 2. And 1. Slowly let the spine peel down. Knees come in. Last little squeeze here. Maybe you feel the physical difference. Maybe not. Don't stress. And then both legs are going to come straight up. Arms are going to go ahead. We're literally going to hinge up to a seated position. So as your legs go down, the arms go up and reach towards your toes. Deep breath in. Legs go down. Lift up. Ooh. Good. Soles of the feet together. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Bow forward. And this is a nice one because you're stretching your back horizontally. It's not about how deep you get the body, but just kind of feel space along the back body. Pillows can go underneath the knees. Excuse me. If you have a little knee tension sometimes. We'll just take a couple breaths here. Good. Inhale, come on up. Squeeze the knees together, reach the legs forward. Exhale, stretch towards your toes. Good, we're gonna bring our hands back. Fingertips can go in any direction. Bend the knees. Last little bit, just to bring a little more strength. Open up, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Now you are ready for breath work, meditation, or to get into your day. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.